That's not right. Welcome, everybody. um, I hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend and a wonderful Sunday. Um, so, dude, everything I've said about this guy, I mean, I hate to be the I told you so guy, but, I mean, it just is what it is. But I have a lot to say on the issue. This is one of the. I mean, I'm gonna try to keep this fun. You know what I mean? But I assure you that I am aggravated about this because this is one of the worst things that I've seen a YouTuber do to disrespect a victim's family. So, but today, this dude, let me just hold on.
More eyes out there, the better off we're going to be for finding Kiely, and that was continually the goal. I think it comes down to lots of factors, and like I said, we're going to debrief and try to figure out how do we become better and do a better job at these types of operations.
Why did agencies believe it was an abduction at first?
I think that you can never take that off the table, and so as we talked as a command group and unified command with all my partners that you see behind us, you couldn't remove that off the table because we hadn't found her. And so, that was some of the struggles with some of the services that we wanted to obtain and things we wanted to do, but we couldn't say it wasn't an abduction, but we also never said that it was an abduction. I think that was clarified.
They never said it was an abduction. They said they were going to conduct their search as though it was an abduction, which basically means they're just going to treat it with that much urgency. And they're going to look that much deeper into the facts of the case so that they can have a better chance of finding her. Because a lot of the times when someone goes missing, a lot of the times what happens is law enforcement will there will be these weird, you have to wait 24 hours before they're missing, blah, 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 that sort of thing. They just decided that they were going to do something more vigilant. Renee, thank you so much. Keep putting this guy in his place. Will, love you too. Thank you. So
fairly early on, but we also probably wouldn't have received all the services and all the people if that wasn't an option.
Did any of the juveniles, anybody mention a car?
Right there, he just basically says that without actually saying it, by treating it like it could be an abduction, more people are going to volunteer, more people are going to take the case seriously, more people are going to be inclined to help. It's just the way that is.
Car going over the side, a car in the water, all those.
I don't believe that statement was made, not to my knowledge.
Was there any indication that this was an accident or foul play?
That's still being investigated. If we'd like, we could turn it over for CHP can give some information. They are conducting the accident investigation utilizing their MATE team.
Good morning, Josh Ellers, Assistant Chief with CHP Valley Division based in Sacramento, which Truckee is a part of. I can confirm that our department is conducting a fatality traffic collision investigation. We're harnessing all of our resources, working with all of our partners here. As you see, we're utilizing our MATE team, our multidisciplinary accident investigation team, to harness more data from the vehicle that was recovered.
Now, this is Ryan's video. So Ryan puts this little caption here saying, notice he did say Kiely's car. He said the vehicle. Okay, now I see why his fans can't type, because the person they idolize obviously can't type either. But okay. So yes, he said the vehicle. That's standard. That's absolutely standard to sound professional, but but also B, to be very general until all the facts are in. Which is why, as a YouTuber, I like to try to do that myself, because it's the responsible thing to do. So once all the facts are in, this guy does not want to misspeak. So he will say the vehicle because it is a vehicle.
Covered. Also, we've utilized all of our air resources to map and video and take photographs of the area in question.
Yeah, dude, the area in question, he's putting this up there like this California Highway Patrol spokesperson is is saying something suspicious. That's standard. Like, Ryan, if you followed crime cases ever and just didn't jump on a bandwagon because everyone was talking about this case, then you actually watched press conferences regularly instead of going to YouTubers' channels and getting their opinions and taking that as fact. Well, then what you would do, you would see that that's exactly what they say, for the same reasons I just explained why they referred to Kiely's car as the vehicle. The area in question is the area in question. That's what it's called.
And that's currently ongoing, so I can't comment on the nature and details of that investigation, but I certainly appreciate all the partnership that we have here with our local county and state partners. We'll continue to assist in any overarching way that we can as an agency. So certainly crisscrossed and a lot of extensive movement in that area continually throughout this time of year.
Is there any suspicion that it could have been another car who maybe hit this car, or was it a one-person car situation?
I don't have that information that I could comment on at this time. What I can tell you is we'll do a thorough investigation. We'll take every bit and piece of information that we have, including what's already been provided to us, and we'll reach some conclusions that will be provided to the parties of interest at that time.
And the vehicle is taken down. The FBI has offered up assistance and are going to be helping to conduct investigation regarding the vehicle itself, and making sure that we don't miss something that may be in there that we're not aware of. Even though once you find the answer, making sure that we don't miss something that.
So, in other words, who the hell does it belong to? Like I said, they're just being very general right now. Okay. We know it's Kiely's car because we saw the video footage of them pulling it up, of Adventures with Purpose pulling it up. We saw the tag, didn't we? I'm pretty sure.
Something that may be in there that we're not aware of. Even though once you find the answer, on hindsight, everything looks 20/20. The reality is it's not that simple. It is pretty complex.
Was there more than one body in the vehicle?
No, there was not more than one body in the vehicle.
Okay.
The entire tracks or
That happened simply because he's asking himself if that's a question that he's allowed to answer, because you're going to hear them, as you always do in these press conferences, when there is an ongoing open investigation, they will say, we don't have that information right now, or we're not willing to discuss the details of an open investigation. It's still an open investigation, and once we've solved everything, then we'll let you know. But just to, I mean, yeah. He was basically just, if you watch him.
Well, it is pretty complex.
Was there more than one body in the vehicle?
No, there was not more than one body in the vehicle.
There likely could have been.
That's all he was doing, was thinking about whether or not he can answer that question. Because he has to be very careful. Not because they're covering anything up. It's because they do not want to damage their investigation. Because if there was foul play and somebody is guilty and they don't know who that person is, they don't want to show their cards. They don't want to let whoever is guilty of a crime, if it took place, because that is still being investigated. I don't believe there was a crime other than driving under the influence. Personally, that's just my opinion so far. But if there was a crime, that has yet to be determined, and these guys are basically holding their cards to their chest. That's what law enforcement does.
Could have been tire tracks or some type of signal that a car did go into the water there. Did rain impact that? Did this heavy activity in the area impede seeing those signs?
I think everything's a factor, but again, that's where we rely on the MATE team from CHP to come in with their expertise and be able to provide some of those answers.
At this time, can you tell if there are any signs of foul play?
At this time, we're not gonna be able to say anything like that.
It's
Yeah. At this time, we're not going to be able to say anything like that. They don't even want the person. I would assume, I'm not a law enforcement officer, have no experience in law enforcement, but I would assume that they're not going to say anything, even if there's foul play involved. They're not going to say that there was foul play involved publicly, right? And the simple reason for that, I would assume, is to make the perpetrator relax. Let them, whoever it was, feel relaxed. But again, there's nothing so far to indicate, anything so far to indicate that this was foul play, that a crime actually took place here.
It's been said that people were drinking at the party that night. Was anything found in the car that could lead you to believe that she was drinking that the person found was?
Yeah, the investigation's ongoing, so we're not gonna be able to comment on that.
Do you have any theories
Of course
as to how
not.
the car got in the water, and also what gear was the car found in?
I think if I make up theories, then I'm just guessing, and I'm gonna lead us back into a trail that's not certain. So we'll wait until we have those facts and details. And as far as the car, we're not gonna release a trail that's not certain.
Everything has been fabricated to throw everyone off, is what he says here, based on this guy's
We'll wait
answer.
until we have those facts and
And his answer right here is, until we have all the facts, I'm not going to jump to conclusions. I'm not going to theorize, and I'm not going to guess, because that would be irresponsible. Because if you actually care about a victim or their loved ones and what they might be going through, you would take these things into consideration. This is the reason I call out the channels that I do. This is the reason. Because I don't believe any of them who do this shit to care at all about these victims, much less their loved ones and what they're going through. I do not believe it.
and details. And as far as the car, we're not gonna release any information until we've done a solid investigation on it. None of us were aware of an initial, so we tasked the investigative sergeant with contacting them and reaching out. So I believe, best I know, we did that proactively on our end.
And they contacted the family?
I think there's still some sketchy details on exactly how that contact went out. So I don't want to speak on behalf of the family.
All right, so look, I was getting frustrated. I was like, dude, fuck it. I'm going back to the fucking beginning. I'm going to go over this whole entire case again. I get like 3/4 the way through the video. I see something pop up.
Okay. All right. So he just says, see, it's hard not to laugh at this fool. It's just, you guys, you're asking too much of me if you expect me to not laugh at this guy. He just said he was going to go over the entire case all over again. I'm going to go over everything, the whole case. And then I got 3/4 away through the video, implying that all of the information on this case is on one video. Attaboy, Ryan.
And related searches about some lady named Anne Heche. I get to looking into it.
Oh, God.
It takes me about, I don't know, 10 minutes. All this stuff is fucking bullshit. Yeah, you heard me right. All this shit is bullshit.
Yep. If you
All
hear
of it.
about a death on the news, it's bullshit. If you hear about a celebrity death, if you hear about anybody dying on the internet, it's bullshit. Okay, Ryan.
All of it. It's all bullshit. Show me one thing that's real. You can't. There ain't one. You know why you can't find nothing on anybody? Because nobody's who they say they are. You know all these crazy leads we all been getting, and then it's just a fucking deep rabbit hole full of fucking question marks and
Okay.
trails to other fucking.
You and your psychotic conclusions that you come to lead you down this rabbit hole. It's not a rabbit hole that actually exists. It's a rabbit hole that you created that you have gone way too deep into. And nobody else agrees with you. Notice that? Only the idiots that follow you on your channel that think that you're the end all be all because they like your music, only those idiots are the ones agreeing with you and going, you know what? I didn't think of that. That makes perfect sense. SINCE. That makes perfect sense, Ryan.
Other fucking bullshit rabbit holes, because they're supposed to be bullshit rabbit holes. You know how these people on the internet, these YouTubers like the Ixmail guy, the Zanime, and the Ronnie Jones.
Louisiana girl, thank you. Will you please also address the channel burden of proof is not Zanime X or whatever her name is. She's been doing great things covering cases for over a year. Doesn't look or sound like her. I mean, I think we all know. Thank you, Louisiana girl. That's definitely something that I mean, we know Ronnie's not Ick and Mel. Yeah, like it's all ridiculous. Everything that's come out of this guy's face is ridiculous.
Ronnie Jones, dude, and all these people. Do you know why they don't care to tell you, oh yeah, well, my friend was at the party and had cocaine? You know why she don't care to fucking canoe in the lake? Because there ain't no fucking dead girl, bruh. There ain't. You notice since the beginning, it's
wow, dude. Like, that's your conclusion for somebody who likes to take a canoe in a very pretty part of the country in a very nice looking body of water. Like, because that shit looks super relaxing. I mean, seriously, like I've been in that area before. It is gorgeous. The weather is amazing this time of year. It is just fantastic. And I mean, going in a canoe or a kayak down that sounds like the most relaxing thing. I mean, when I saw her do it, why do you think she filmed it? Because you're going to look at it and go, man, that looks really nice. So, but no, there has to be, I mean, yeah. Okay.
beginning, it's been like a fucking reality show with all these people calling in and popping up, and I have information, and well, your information looks sketchy. No, it's not. Oh, he's crazy for calling her information sketchy. You see this big fucked up dumb pyramid? They're doing it on purpose. The reason they're sticking their fucking neck out there is because there is no actual crime. The only crime that is going on is
what? I gotta hear that again.
They're doing it on purpose. Well, your information looks sketchy. No, it's not. Oh, he's crazy for calling her information sketchy. You see this big fucked up dumb pyramid? They're doing it on purpose. The reason they're sticking their fucking neck out there.
There is no pyramid. The pyramid, Ryan, again, that you're referring to is the one that you made up. There is no pyramid. There's a simple thing that has taken place. A girl was at a party. She was reportedly drinking, among possibly other things, and her car was found in a body of water nearby. And yeah, that's it. That's it. Occam's razor dictates this. I mean, now, again, you can't be sure of that. But the thing is if you're going to make a guess and you're going to speculate, that's the responsible way to go about it. Because you're not accusing anybody of anything falsely, as you've been doing You're not slandering anybody's name. There's a reason why these things are things that you can be taken to court for. There's a reason, because you're causing someone damage. You're causing someone harm. And the law dictates that when you do that, the person that you're victimizing is entitled to something from you, is entitled to compensation for it. That's how it works. But you don't have any concept of this because you don't care whether or not you're victimizing anybody.
There is because there is no actual crime. The only crime that is going on is a scam to get GoFundMe money.
Okay.
Yes, this is the new, hello, are you a great fan of mine on Facebook? Yeah. This is the fucking YouTube version. The Anne Heche lady, the video everybody's freaking out about where the person raises
Why is he talking about Anne Heche?
up when they're putting them in the ambulance and everybody's like, yo, what the fuck? Look at this video. That ain't real.
What do you mean? That's a dude.
Look at the video.
That's not Anne Heche. That's a dude with a tattoo on their back. Okay. And Anne Heche was in a coma and on life support before she died from the accident that she was in. I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
Cops anywhere. That is not.
Anne Heche is an actress. She hasn't done a whole lot. Anne Heche did the remake of Psycho with Vince Vaughn. She was the hospital administrator in the movie John Q with Denzel Washington. Those are the only two things off the top of my head that I can think of right now. And she was Ellen DeGeneres's partner for a while.
That is not Ellen's ex. I don't know where the fuck. I don't know how there's all these links saying that's what it is, but it ain't. There's no fucking proof of this lady anywhere dating Ellen. There's no video of them together.
What?
It is fake. Go look for yourself. Yeah, this lady runs into a
Ryan? I think I'll do that. Give me just 1 second here, folks. I'm just going to Google this right here. Anne Heche and Ellen wow. Okay. 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 So Ryan just said that there are no pictures. Go look for yourself that there are no pictures of these two celebrities in a gay relationship back in the, I guess it was the 90s or early 2000s when they were together. Okay. So there's no pictures of this, even though paparazzi is going to go nuts whenever they would see them together, wouldn't they? Well, you would be right, because look at all of these pictures of Anne Heche and Ellen DeGeneres together. Interesting. 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 Okay. Ryan Upchurch. That's fucked up. It's funny though, playing 14. I got to tell you, Ryan, you are officially a factory of stupid, and production is a booming. Like, that's what you do. There's like a conveyor line of stupid going through your head, just getting packaged, and it's amazing. It's amazing. Okay, that was her on the gurney, not a tattoo. She was badly burned. Okay, thank you, Mo. I appreciate that. Hold on. Let me I gotta share this screen again.
No video of this wreck. She don't date Ellen, and there's a bunch of imposter bullshit thrown together. News.
No video of the wreck. So he's not only is he saying this about Kiely Rodni, but he's also saying that Anne Heche, her death was a hoax. Okay, Ryan.
Sites on the internet is pushing the shit and being like,
Yeah,
"Hit the go."
and why would there be video of that accident? Like, I mean, the only time there's videos of accidents is if there's a dash cam in the car, somebody just happens to be videoing or live streaming or FaceTiming or God knows what, and they happen to capture an accident because there's no way to predict an accident. That's why it's called an accident.
Hit the GoFundMe. Yeah, that's all this is, bro. That's all this is. That's all the Kiely Rodni thing is. I mean, dude, this makes the press conference make so much sense now. There's a reason why they can't give us no answers. No party pictures, just some bullshit Photoshop.
Bond said that's her. I'm friends with her housemate. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that.
Party pictures. With what? With none of the people in the pictures. Why you think when the police said, hey, we found the car and Kylie's body, and Sammy got on Instagram and was like, no, they didn't, because they didn't. There ain't nobody. There ain't no Kiely Rodni. It's bullshit. It's fake. Why you think nobody's seen the Kiely Rodni girl? Why you think all these Photoshop pictures of the party have nobody in them that's...
Okay, dude. What?
Ain't nobody. There ain't no Kiely Rodni. It's bullshit. Police said, hey, we found the car and Kylie's body, and Sammy got on Instagram and was like, no, they didn't, because they didn't. There ain't nobody. There ain't no Kiely Rodni. It's bullshit. It's fake. Why you think nobody's seen the Kiely Rodni girl? Why you think all these Photoshop pictures of the party have nobody in them that's point of interest? Where do you think Ronnie came from? If you switch around the letters to the name Kiely Rodni, the way they spell it, it comes out as I killed Ronnie. They just...
I don't even know what to say about that right there. Like, I don't, like, have you ever seen such a display of stupid that it hurts your head? Kind of like somebody, like, your uncle would thump you on the head. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what, wait, what? How can you, dude, Ryan, how do you fucking dress yourself, bro? You are a marvel of modern science. You have to be. Like, how can somebody as stupid as you manage money? I have no idea, like, how that's even possible. I don't think that you would know how to feed yourself if your mouth wasn't spewing out so much stupidity.
They designed this shit to make motherfuckers look crazy and drive theirself crazy. And while they're all going in different...
You designed it, dude. You designed it. Nobody designed that.
directions with different leads, and this is why they make themselves look completely guilty, and they're like, oh, what? I wouldn't do anything. Yeah, because they really wasn't doing anything. They're not gonna get in trouble for murder or nothing, because there's nothing to be committed murder on. Yesterday, I traced that lady's name, Angela
What?
Mausoleum, back to some fucking chop shops.
What?
Today, I traced that there's nothing to be committed murder on. Yesterday, I traced that lady's name, Angela Mausoleum, back to some fucking chop shops. Where do you think they got the car? That's why when I ran the plate on Ronnie Jones's shit, it came back no one. That's why when I ran the tag on Kiely Rodni's car, it came back no one. It's because same person put the same tag on the car. You ever notice how there's no actual picture with the Kiely girl and her CRV? There ain't one. They don't exist. When the Angela Mausoleum girl was like, call this number and look for this hoodie. It was a bullshit leak CRV. One. It's because
I got to hear that again.
same person put the same tag on the car. You ever notice how there's no actual picture with the Kiely girl and her CRV? There ain't one. They don't exist. When the Angela Mausoleum,
Dude, you don't know that it doesn't exist. Her mom probably has plenty, and if they don't exist, who cares? Evo XO, do you think he's saying the whole Kiely Rodni case is fake, so he doesn't have to follow through with donating $100,000 to Adventures with Purpose like he said he would? I'm really glad. Thank you for that super chat, and I'm really glad that you asked that, because I have words about that coming up after this video.
Mausoleum girl was like, call this number and look for this hoodie. It was a bullshit lead and a fucking bullshit tip line. I looked up her name and noticed, what do you know? She's a cop and she works for some fucking news company. I looked up the news company. The news company's bullshit. On Google Earth, it's got a fucking green screen.
Normally, my reaction to that would be to call the number that he's saying doesn't exist, that it's fake. Normally I would do that, but since it is a tip line, I'm not going to. That's irresponsible. I'm not going to call them and waste resources just to show that this guy's stupid. I think I have plenty other things to work with. I don't need to do that. So just letting you guys know. Normally that's something that I would do. Obviously, I looked up the pictures of Anne Heche and Ellen DeGeneres together, and
screened image put on a sign to some bullshit building. If you look on the building, it has a police badge on it and a number. When you type the number into Google and click fucking enter, it says Impact 911. You go to that address and it's a chop shop where they got fucking hundreds of different kinds of cars you could just fake deaths with all day. How can you fake a death? I mean, well, fuck, dude. If you're the police, I mean, shit. I mean, hello. You can make some bullshit documents, get a bullshit car, fucking get a bullshit tag.
So this was perpetrated. This hoax was perpetrated by the Placer County Sheriff's Department. Okay. It was perpetrated, according to him, it was perpetrated by the Placer County Sheriff's Department in order to get a reward issued by starting a GoFundMe that can be verified, by the way. Yeah. So I'm again, Ryan, if you're going to make these things up, okay, and even sound that smart, just, you better come up with a motive, a reason why Placer County would do that. For what? And if you're yelling at your screen right now going, money, but they're not getting the money. What's their motive for getting the money to Kiely Rodni's family? I mean, dude, this is just sad.
Make a bullshit profile with a bullshit person, fucking, I don't know, fucking get rid of the car and be like, fuck, dude, this person's missing. We got to find them. GoFundMe. Free money. Hello. So here's the lady. That's
What?
This
That's your motive?
is the
Let's hear that
hoodie.
one more
I don't
time.
know. Fucking get rid of the car and be like, fuck, dude, this person's missing. We got to find them. Go fund me. Free money. Hello. So here's the lady that's gone.
What's funny is this looks like a parody video of how stupid somebody can be, and he's the one who made it. That, like, he put the close-up on him going, "Go fund me, hello," and the camera got all close on him, like.
On. This is the hoodie they told us to look for. It's a bullshit hoodie. Here's the tip line, right? 530-581.
It's a bullshit hoodie. Everything's bullshit. Everything is fake.
This is a bullshit number.
That's not a hoodie, people. It's a picture of a hoodie that's been generated out of magic.
This is the only thing that comes up is these three things. Yesterday, when I screen recorded it, look what came up. These are gone now. But your boy screen recorded it. Look what it looked like the other day.
Okay, let's see what he's talking about.
When I typed that number in yesterday, look how much shit popped up. Look what it says.
Yeah?
If you know them, it's time for the truth. Fashion Isha. Whatever the fuck that means. Sheriff Investigations, California. Like it's bullshit. Look, and when you take this address, 2501 North Lake Boulevard.
Oh, this is my favorite.
All right. It is a fake police.
Is he trying to get out of giving AWP his car or 100K cash? Again, someone also super chatted me and asked the same question, heels in my hair. And I do have words on that. Thank you, by the way. But I do have words about that after we're done with this display of madness.
Police department, fam. I'm not even lying. Look. All right, so you see this address? Watch this. Go over to Google Earth.
And somebody, I don't know if they want me to mention them or not, but they texted me and they reached out to Placer County Sheriffs to see if they have a statement on this young man's behavior. But I have not gotten anything back yet on that.
More recent searches.
I'm thinking it's probably going to be a no comment.
Lake Boulevard. Click. Watch this. Dude. Look what that says. Placer County Superior Court.
Yes,
Watch
dude. You know, there's probably a police department division in that courthouse somewhere, probably, right? Like you know that they do that. You know that's a thing. I hope that you know that that's a thing. Now, wait a second. Let me see something. Okay, he went way past where the point was, where the building was. Did you see that? Watch. There it is. And he just went way past it, and he's trying to say that there's nothing there. Like,
what in the fuck is this?
You flew right over it, dude.
This ain't no damn sheriff's department, bro.
Yeah, because you flew past it. It's right there. It's right, dude. It's right there.
Look at all these different ones. Placer County Sheriff's Office. Placer County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah.
Oh, look. That's the real Placer Sheriff's Office. This is the bullshit Placer Sheriff's Office.
Hey,
Ryan. Sheriff's Office, bro.
Hey, Ryan. Louisiana girl, thank you. AWP doesn't want the Hellcat, but he publicly pledged the 100K in donation to them. Donation link is available. I want receipts. Thank you so much for that. And like I said, I got words when this video is done about this. So Ryan, as I was saying, when there's a place, a geographical place that exists like a county, okay, in a well-populated type of area like Northern California, like Sacramento, Nevada City, those type of places, the counties that those places are located in, okay, those very populated places, they have multiple sheriff's offices, okay? Now, they don't just, it's not like Mayberry where there's only one little office, okay? They have multiple offices, multiple stations, multiple locations, okay? Now, there's a good reason why they do this, okay? It's a good reason why they do this. When somebody commits a crime and somebody needs help because they're victims of a crime, well, this way, stay with me here, Ryan. Stay with me, buddy. This way, they get a faster response time in order to help somebody. It's crazy. It's a crazy concept. I realize that they have multiple. I mean, what a waste of taxpayers' money to actually have an effective police department with different locations where they have headquarters. I know that's a lot for your brain, bro. It's a lot for your brain, but that's a thing. I promise you, dude, that's a thing. It's not a hoax, and it's not a conspiracy. There was a conspiracy, though. There was a conspiracy at one point to get all of those police departments built. It was called, I guess, a town meeting at one point where they voted and said, we're going to, I mean, I don't know. I mean, at some point it was probably a small town and grew or something. I don't know. But I guarantee you that a bunch of people got together, people who have power in that county, okay? People who have power, they get together and vote on what they're going to spend their budget on, okay? Because those things cost money to build. So they vote on whether or not they should build one in a particular area. They decide because we live in this cool thing called a democracy where you have the freedom to run your mouth and talk completely out of your ass. You have the freedom to do that. But what you don't have the freedom to do is slander people and defame character. Yeah, you're not allowed to do that. No matter how rich you are. Okay? No matter how fire your spits are when you rap. None of that matters. You're still not allowed to do it. Somebody made a comment earlier that I thought was funny. Somebody made a comment earlier, I think it was Joe Blow, that said, they said, imagine bragging about being rich and doing everything you possibly can to get sued. That's the kind of brain we're dealing with, folks.
What the fuck?
I hope that explanation was helpful to you, Ryan.
There's the real one. Obviously. But wait, there's more Placer County Sheriff's places. Ah, yes. Placer County Sheriff's Office. This house. Ah, yes. There's lots of Placer County Sheriff's departments.
Yes,
They're
are.
Everywhere.
Uh-huh. Yes, there are,
There's
dude.
another Placer County Sheriff's Department here. Look at all these Placer County Sheriff Departments, bruh.
Imagine.
Like, what in the fuck is going? What is this?
It's called a.
And then back to this fake ass thing in the middle of nowhere. The scary thing is, there's actually
It's called an
fucking cop cars
effective
at 'em.
law enforcement agency.
Type in Placer County Sheriff's Office. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. There's the real one, and there's the real numbers. Hell, it's even got a non-emergency number. The mausoleum lady had was hanging around and fucking with a fake sheriff's department. It seems like.
They all
All
have
right, so you know the
non-emergency
Angela lady,
numbers.
Angela Musalam. You're a
They're all non-emergency numbers, dude. Okay. The emergency number is 911. It's only 3 numbers. I'm sure that's probably difficult for you to remember. It's only 3 numbers, 3 digits. Okay. 3 digits. That's the one for emergencies. The other phone numbers are for non-emergencies. Okay.
You're a fucking detective, a PI, a fucking sheriff, and you work for like 3 different news companies. All right, so if you go to the news company,
She's a spokesperson.
Fox 40.
Her
look at
job
this.
is to communicate
Click
with
Fox
news
40.
companies. Oh, this is my favorite, guys. This is my
Alright.
favorite.
You go out front.
This is the news.
Here's the-
Now, this is the news building right here. He just Google Earthed the news building. Okay. The legitimate news building that he's claiming is not legitimate, but watch.
Building, right? Quick street view.
Yes.
Look at the front of this fucking place.
Yeah. Look at the front of this place. Okay. Let me make it a little right here, Ryan. That's called, I don't know exactly what it's called. I would call it a broadcasting antenna, you know, because it's the news. I would call all of these satellites, right? All of these satellite dishes right here, all of these dishes, things that I would see at a news station, Ryan.
There ain't nothing indicating that it's an actual news thing.
Except for those things that I just pointed out. Those things that you would pretty much only find at a news station.
There ain't nothing indicating that it's an actual news thing until you get to this bullshit fucking edited green screened on. I mean, it's fake, obviously. I mean, look at
This
it.
is amazing, bro.
Hello.
This is like
Look,
fascinating.
when you go around the block, this is fucking crazy.
It's not.
Look right here.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
What
Not
they
for
got
the
backed
reasons
up
that you
right here?
think.
Oh, what do you know? A silver Honda CRV backed all the way up so you can't see the fucking tag plate. And you go outside the gate to look at if there's like any numbers or anything, you know? Look right here. You zoom in and what do you get? 916-640-0101. 916
Which is a
640
Sacramento area code.
Click it. Impact 911. I was like, Impact 911. Impact like a car crash and then 911. Okay, that's kind of weird.
It's not weird. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it's a company of some sort, probably a wrecker, you know. Let's just say, for instance, it's a tow truck company. Okay, Impact 911 indicating yes, car accidents, whatever. But 911 would indicate urgency, that you can rely on them to get to you fast enough because your business is important to them. It's a very common thing for a company to use the term 911 in their name. So I don't know what you're.
So I took it and went to Google Earth. Put that in the search bar. Click. Look where it goes.
Okay.
A dirty ass fucking chop shop area.
It's a.
What
Oh
do you
my
know?
God!
Look at
It's a
all
junk.
these fucking cop cars.
It's a junkyard.
What are these cop cars doing here?
Oh my
bro?
God, dude.
Look at this.
Mike Roch,
Look at all this fucking
thank you.
equipment.
You win
Trucks,
handle of the day. Placer
fucking
Sheriff's told Ryan to
shit
check
yard across the
DMs
street.
on Insta. Yeah,
You
I
go
know.
over
I
here, this
got
ain't
that.
shit but a
I saw
place
that.
with a
Thank
bunch
you.
of junk cars and containers. And look, you just got these hidden cop cars because this is supposed to be a security company, and it's not.
How do you know those are cop
There's
cars?
no indication of a security company anywhere on this entire block.
I didn't see any.
So, yep, I'm done with this true crime shit. This is why Sammy and Megs and all them, this is why they have no emotion and are acting weird. I mean, it's kind of hard to, act like you know somebody that doesn't fucking exist. This is why we have no answers. This is why the tag plates don't match up. This is why the car was placed thereafter. This is why everything. This is why nothing makes sense. It's a scam to get fucking GoFundMe money or something.
Wow.
And that's about it. So yeah, I'm going back to my regular life of doing cool shit and fucking
Hallelujah.
being a musician. I'm done with internet crime stuff. I'm not interested anymore.
Hallelujah. Thank goodness. Like, I really hope that's true. But I wouldn't be 100% sure that true crime is done with you after this move. Yeah. So just be careful, Ryan, with that, because yeah, you hurt a lot of people, and depending on what they decide to do, now, as far as the super chats and questions about the Hellcat, now I commented in his chat because people asked about it, like, what are you going to do with the Hellcat? The comments in this video, and he said that he emailed them and they have not gotten back to him. Let me do something here real quick. And I want to go ahead and thank Louisiana Girl for this article. So this Reno Gazette article, it says that Adventures with Purpose won't collect reward for finding missing teen. This was posted on the 26th, which is today. No, 2 days ago. Sorry. The reward offered in the case of missing teen Kiely Rodni, which had climbed from $10,000 to $75,000 in the 2 weeks following her disappearance, won't go to Adventures with Purpose. The private dive team that found Kiely's body in Prosser Creek Reservoir, not far from where she went missing, some of the largest donations will be returned to donors. So there you have that. So people who donated for the reward for that GoFundMe, they're going to get their money back. Adventures with Purpose does not accept rewards, said Linda Lucetti, a spokesperson for the Rodni family. She said the reward was partially funded by a GoFundMe account set up for Linda Neiman, Kiely's mother, that has raised nearly $63,000. Larger donations pledged to the reward have been returned. Lucetti said law enforcement confirmed that they had not helped organize the reward and had no knowledge or involvement or if it would be paid. Kiely, 16, was last seen in the early morning of Saturday, August 6th, at a party of 200 to 300 young people at Prosser Family Campground, 10 minutes from the mountain town of Truckee and popular hangout for young people. Let me do something else here. And let's, yeah. So let's look at a couple of community posts. This is Ryan's community post where he's saying, why just why? You see what I'm saying? Like, what does a random person need $150,000 for the death of a girl that's not related to her on behalf of her mom? It is actually, it's in her name. We just read that article that confirms that it's in her name. So yeah, and let me answer that question for you, Ryan. The reason was for the reward, and some people are saying, well, I mean, she's found, so why is it still up? Well, funerals cost money. Okay, they cost a lot of money. I don't imagine, I mean, people do it, but I don't imagine that her mom took out a life insurance policy for her at 16. I don't imagine that at all. So that funerals cost money, you know? And why shouldn't people help her to try to make things a little bit easier for her in this time of grieving? What's wrong with people coming together and performing a kind act for someone who just lost their child? So you don't have any kids, so there's no way you could ever know what I'm talking about. And you know, there's just no way. And I thank God you haven't procreated. But him saying this, why just why? And then saying, like, you see what I'm saying? Like we're supposed to, like, this dude, something else. That was the most recent one. And then the next recent one since that one was, don't expect me to believe something when there's no visual proof of it. That's just goofy. You want me to believe something, you better show me it's real and believable. I got to have proof. Otherwise, it's just a story. That's where credibility comes in. God soldier, thank you. Don't understand something, say it's stupid. Ryan Upchurch. Yeah, that's all it is. He just doesn't understand anything. Like, I don't even know how this guy puts his socks on, bro. Like, this thing, and he's basically implying that he wants to see a body, basically. I mean, if that's not the most disrespectful shit so far, I mean, this guy is absolutely insulting the mother of a woman, the mother of a 16-year-old girl, a woman who just lost her 16-year-old little girl, who had amazing things ahead of her happening. You do not graduate high school 2 years ahead of your grade by not having a bright future ahead of you. Like, that's just in the cards right there. That's somebody who has been practicing her whole life to get ahead in the world. That's what school is. You know what I mean? It's all part of a plan to be able to be independent, successful, you know. And I'm not knocking Ryan for making his millions with his music. That's fantastic. That's great. But you also, I mean, well, I guess you could. I mean, I don't think it's a lot to ask somebody to understand why somebody would work that hard and go to school, because it's so that, because their God-given talent, like your God-given talent is singing and rapping, Ryan, her God-given talent was performing well, doing the best that she can, having ambition, and having a level of intelligence that put her 2 years ahead of her grade. And that's something that her mother, there's no way that any mother wouldn't be absolutely proud of their child for achieving this. And not fantasize about seeing what kind of a woman she's going to grow up to become. Once she's totally independent in her own house, married with a husband, all of this stuff is gone. All of this stuff, this woman can't, what about the grandkids that she could have had? And you completely minimize this horrible tragedy for this woman. And then you have millions of people behind you following you and following this behavior. So when you say, yeah, I'm done with true crime, man, I hope so. That's all I've been saying. You don't have the tools for it, dude. You don't. You don't even have the balls for it, if I'm being totally honest. You don't even have the balls for it. Because everybody who challenged anything that you were saying, you accused them of something. That's coward shit. That's coward shit. You know, so, I mean, yeah, this isn't for you, dude. That's all I've been trying to tell you. And so, what I propose is this, because I don't think that what you did merits any less than a formal apology to the mother and her loved ones, and you taking the money that you were going to donate as a reward, your own reward that you put up, okay? The Hellcat, the money that the Hellcat is worth should absolutely be donated to that mother. I'm challenging you to donate that money to that woman with an apology. And maybe she won't be so pissed off about the trouble that you're putting her through currently. So I challenge you to do that. I mean, you were putting it up anyway, right? Shouldn't anybody, if these guys don't want it, if these guys don't want that, I mean, they take donations, you know, it should go to the mom, but they take donations, don't they? I mean, if you're so hell-bent on putting up the reward to the people that you promised the reward to, I'm sure that they wouldn't mind a hefty donation to their cause. They don't take rewards, they take donations. So, but that's just me. Like, if you had any spine or any conviction at all whatsoever, then that's what you would do. So that's my challenge to Ryan Upchurch. All right. I mean, look at this. It's, again, dude, I can't believe this whole time this shit was a fucking GoFundMe scam. Jesus, I'm stunned. And then he posts something about Anne Heche. I got to read this. I don't think I read this one. Okay. Ha, wow. Yeah, all this info is horseshit. All of it. All these random stories coming out that lead to nowhere. No answers. Nobody knows anything. Hell, the Anne Heche lady isn't even coming up as anybody. I found numerous pictures on Google same person, different bullshit names. I'm done with the internet crime shit. It's all false info and running around in circles. Bunch of photoshopped pictures and face swaps attached to GoFundMe pages. Back to my regular life. 100% this shit is a waste of time. And see, that's the thing, man, is I keep hearing something about Adderall and whatever. See, I'm not a doctor. You know what I mean? I'm not going to express my opinion on that. I don't know what that is. I don't know what the effect is of mixing it with weed is. I don't know. But in my opinion, it's not a fucking excuse. It's not an excuse. Because somebody should be intervening in his life and seeing that. Somebody, I mean, he has to have people around him, I'm sure. And somebody has to go, dude. But it all looks to me like he's just trying to find a way to weasel out of giving up that money. Honestly, that's what it sounds like. I mean, he had a song drop right in the middle of all this shit. That's a coincidence? See, that, Ryan, is speculation. That's responsible speculation. Speculation based on fact. Now, it may not be true. I don't know. But speculation based on fact dictates that you offered a Hellcat or the money that it's worth up as a reward. That's a fact. Okay. Now you've sat here and denounced, after accusing YouTubers and accusing random people of committing a crime that I don't even think took place at all. You basically called this very kind gesture that thousands upon thousands of people got together to make things a little easier for this poor woman who lost her little girl, who had extremely a limitless future. So far, these are all facts. So that's my challenge to you, because if I were you, I'd be thinking about making it right to these people. So, guys, I'm going to call it. Make sure to hit that like on your way out if you haven't already. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And we will do this again very soon, my friends. Thanks for all your support, guys. I appreciate it.